We're cutting the VAT. Yippee! We're not cutting the VAT. Oh, we're cutting the VAT in July the 1st. Yippee! We probably won't cut the VAT in July the 1st. Oh, what the hell is going on? Yesterday, the government made this huge announcement. Programme for Government said we'd cut VAT, so we're cutting VAT in the budget, and it's going to screw up all your tax cuts because the whiny-moany restauranty guys have shouted and screamed, so we better bow into them, and it's going to cause you zero tax cuts. Sorry about that. And now, 24 hours later, we'll probably do it July the 1st. Have they listened to me? That's the question. Have they listened to the bald fat burger flipper? Because he gave them the solution on how to fix the restaurant industry for free. How could you do this for free? What is this witchcraft sorcery you talk about? Well, simply put, the government said cutting VAT would cost them €1 billion. That's 9 zeros. Don't worry, I had to Google it yesterday myself to see how many zeros were in a billion. 9 zeros with a 1 after it is how much cutting VAT was going to cost the state. This lunatic said, I can fix it for free. How can you fix it for free? So I said, let's base it off what all the restaurants owners that I'm talking to and all the small business owners that I'm talking to are saying they're anyway between 30 to 40 grand in the shits conservative amount. Some are more, but on average, if you gave a restaurant or a small business 30 to 40 grand of tax rebates to pay their bills to get them out of a hole and didn't cut the VAT, well then, therefore, the €1 billion you were going to squander, divided by €35,000 to save everybody, is you save 28,500 businesses. The mad thing is, so everybody gets a €35,000 grant to pay off all their taxes, their rates, their employer's RSI, their VAT for the next 2-3 months. You get to cover all your bills for 2-3 months, which means the money coming in that I'm taking over the next 2-3 months, I get to actually build up a little bit of a little honey pot, as they'd say. And that means the next 2-3 months, I now have the money saved from these 2-3 months to pay the next 2-3 months. And it goes on and goes on. But you didn't cut the VAT. So therefore, by the end of next year, you get your €1 billion back. I mean, they teach this shit in junior infants. If I have 2 apples and gave 1 to Jeff and kept 1 myself, how many apples do we have? Well, we have fucking 1 each, don't we? And everybody's happy. Now, could you imagine if you did it for 2 years? Because don't forget, the shit that we are all currently going through is because of failed government policies during COVID and mass migration. That's why we're in the mess that we're in. And they love to come out with their line, lessons have been learned, so learn your lessons, lads. I am fixing an entire industry for free. And is it possible you've actually listened to me? I did a big TikTok on it. I did a big tweet on it yesterday explaining it, exactly how to do this. Have you sat around the table and turned around and went, the lunatic makes sense. Now, I don't give a flying shite if I get an ounce of credit for this. I just want to go back to taking pictures of fluffy clouds, lovely animals, and risottos and steaks and all kinds of niceties on the food dishes. That's all I want to do. I want to go back to turn around saying, I'm actually really proud of my government. They've actually fixed the crap. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be slating them every single day. I actually really want to be proud of my government. Have they listened to me? Because they know it makes sense. Don't cut the VAT. Give us the €1 billion in rebates to cover all our bills because we're in the shit because of you over the last 5 years. We do that. We make money over the next 2-3 months. That covers the next bills for the next 2-3 months. The end of 2026, you've made €1 billion back because you didn't cut the VAT. And we're going to do it 1 more year just to get them completely out of the shit and get them off our backs. And by the end of 2027, every restaurant, every small business is absolutely fine. Have they listened to me? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Probably not. But they've just rolled back on their VAT cut. And that is a sign that maybe somebody at the top table went, maybe give Trevor's idea a chance. And we'll see very soon. But I tell you what, the Restaurant Association who came out saying, we got the VAT cut, I don't know how you're going to look at yourselves in the mirror today, lads, because you didn't get the VAT cut. And it's not the only show in town, because the stuff that I'm coming out with will fix the industry. You know it, I know it, you just can't say it now because I've been shouting and screaming and banging this drum for the last 2 years when you were saying, cut the VAT, it's the only show in town. And I will gladly stand with you guys, because I remember one of your turns, I said, Paul should join us. I will gladly stand with you guys and get 100,000 people up to the door and say, lads, this is how you fix our industry once and for all. There's the invite, lads. I'm here. I don't care what team I play for as long as I'm playing. But have the government listen to me? They've rolled back within 24 hours that they're not going to cut VAT. Could be a sign. It could be a sign. Maybe the bald fat burger flipper down in Kerry is actually right. Time will tell. Will they give us a rebate? Will they do something? You know what makes sense, lads. Listen to me, Simon. Listen to me, Micheál. Listen to me, Peter. And listen to me, Pascal. What I'm saying fixes an entire industry for free. You're welcome, boys. You're welcome. Have an amazing day.